I back into that a little bit?
Yeah.
By saying that, as I said earlier, my big kind of intellectual concern is the suspension of disbelief, and there are certain qualities that existed in the motion in motion pictures and sound motion pictures at 24 frames a second that allowed an audience, and whether it was the flaws in the film, maybe the random granularity of the film stock, the flicker, whether the flicker is perceptible or not, and these elements, we believe, have caused the audience to be able to suspend disbelief. Just moving off of that slightly can destroy that capability. And many years ago, I started calling for a series of tests to be done through brain scanning to see what part of the brain we're lighting up with different kinds of exhibition. And it's taken 20 some odd years for me to get those tests on the road, and we're doing them at Baylor University with their neurology department. And in fact, what we're studying is frame rate and determining whether there is a quality of the ability to suspend disbelief through frame rate. And in fact, the VA is interested in providing us with the big magnets, the fMRI, because they're interested in it to cure PTSD. So we're actually doing those tests now of trying to see what part of the brain we're lighting up to be able to affect an audience in that way that we're telling stories.
Let's stay on that for a minute, and then we'll come to smart sets, because one of the things I mentioned earlier is like my analogy of walking into Best Buy, and you see the fancy 4K, TV screen that's now at my house, right? Which at what point does a human being's eye, lose track, or it doesn't matter anymore whether it's 4K, 6K? As a cinematographer specifically, how do you think about that? Because some of it, I think, I talk to a lot of people, they go, it looks so fake now. It's like so great, it doesn't even look real anymore.
And that's because of motion interpolation. It really does affect everything. And TVs are delivered to the home in what's called dealer mode, with the highest amount of resolution, the most amount of motion interpolation, and the saturation cranked all the way up, because that's what they want you to see in the Best Buy and walk in, and I'll take that set because it's the brightest, or the most color. So we have to be aware that when you get that set in your house, and I'll come over and take care of your set if you want. I do it. I walk into people's houses and I say, "Where's the remote?"
Glenn?
So if I could add, though, the new generation of smart TVs are basically what's been available the last couple of years. Not only have 4K resolution, but they also have automatic color correction or color adjustment that ensures that you get the HDR version, if that's what your set can display, or the SDR version, and adjust the color accordingly. So Netflix and Amazon in particular have been very engaged in making sure that that the set manufacturers comply with having this automated color setup. The thing they haven't done yet is dictate the frame rate of the presentation, and that's what Stephen is talking about, because all the sets have this automatic smooth function that makes sports look really good, but doesn't necessarily make 24-frame film material or digital material look authentic. So that will be, the sets can do it. We just need to kind of get a standard in place to support that.
Right.
But the streaming services are talking to manufacturers,
Yes.
so they're influencing how products are being built for end user use.
Mm-hmm.